Welcome back, guys. So today I want to talk about a handful of news stories that interest me, hopefully interest you as well. First up, we're going to be talking about the Evercade little announcement they made today concerning pre-orders and a lot of cool stuff with that. Also, Astral Chain is being review bombed. What the heck? Castle Crashers coming to the Nintendo Switch, and some news concerning Spyro Trilogy. So first up, the Evercade. They did release this little announcement trailer earlier this morning, in preparation for pre-orders going live. So pre-orders are going to be going live in a week, and they do have a lot of little bundles and places that you're going to be able to pre-order from, including Amazon and a few other places. Just going to depend on where you're located in the world. We've been talking about this thing quite a bit in the past. I've had a few exclusive announcements concerning games for the device. Originally I was really skeptical. I was like, I don't know, man. There's been a lot of things like this, emulation handhelds. This one's kind of standing out, quite a bit different than others. First off, this is not just something illegally loaded up with ROMs. There are cartridges for this thing. It's got a 4.3-inch screen, just like the PSP, and it's looking like it's really being professionally done. So I am excited, but I still need to see more information concerning this. Hopefully I get some hands-on experience soon so I could really speak on the things that matter. The build quality, the way the screen looks, how everything emulates and plays, how it works with the cartridges, all that good stuff, how the buttons feel. Definitely excited to check that out in the very near future, hopefully. Releases in March of next year. Pre-orders go live in a week. They do have a handful of bundles that you could pre-order through Funstock Retro, which is worldwide. You can order from them for the UK, US, so on and so forth. But through them, they do have an exclusive black version. They had a little, a survey they sent out a while back asking, like, what colors would you like to see if there was another color? And black was the one most people voted for. So looking really neat. They do have this bundle right here. It's listed at 149 pounds. Comes out to $182 US. Comes with all the games, every cartridge that they have announced so far. Comes with a exclusive case. This is Evercade right there. Pretty neat stuff. But for this bundle, we have to look at, okay, the games are $20 a piece. So essentially you're buying all the games, like US, they're $20 a piece. You're buying all the games and you're getting the system for free, essentially, right? That's the way it seems anyway. I believe the system is $80 by itself with one game. So if this is something you're really interested in, this is a decent bundle if you're willing to spend that kind of money. I think I see a lot of people who are going to be hesitant doing stuff like just the regular bundle. Okay, you see here it's $73 for just the individual one that just comes with one cartridge, and that's going to be the Namco Museum Collection. So we got a lot of news concerning this as far as what's coming bundled with the starter pack and the other things. So through Funstock, you're not getting to pick which cartridge you get. You got to pick a bundle. Maybe some other retailers will have other bundles, but definitely a neat thing. Like I said, the black one's exclusive to Funstock. The white one's going to be available everywhere else. So stay tuned for that. Pretty interesting stuff. I can't wait to try it, give you guys my hands-on impressions, but don't know for sure how long it will be. Maybe it'll be when it comes out, and maybe I'll get one a little sooner, but either way, I will be sharing my impressions with you once I have one in hand. But I'm thinking I really wouldn't mind doing the all-in bundle, right? All the games, even though my interest really lied in the Pico bundle, the Mega Cat Studios bundle, maybe the Interplay, the Atari stuff. I mean, there's a little bit for everyone, so that's cool. But yeah, can't wait to check it out. So there you go. Link will be in the description if you want to get more information concerning that. Next thing up, Spyro Trilogy. So this is something a lot of people have been talking about for a while. Is the physical version for the Switch going to have a download attached to it? And it seems like all hints are saying yes. This guy right here on Reddit, Offinator, I believe is his name, states that he got the game in Indonesia. It is a Asian released version, but it's the European cartridge, it seems like, from all the images I have seen. But he shows right here, you see this is the European version of the cartridge. But it's just kind of odd. You know, this is just another thing of, it's odd that it's a European cartridge. I don't know why they do it that way, but I guess they do it. But a lot of times, these Asian releases, they usually don't do the digital aspect. But this game, it seems like it's going otherwise. You're still going to have to download some stuff. He states on the back of the box, it says that it required a 10 gigabyte download. That's ridiculous. Laziness. No excuse. You just didn't want to pay the extra money for the cartridge, for the space on the cartridge. That's where it's going with this. He says data management on the system actually states it's 8.7 gigabytes after it's been downloaded. But there's a lot of people on here talking about this. And it's just one of those things like we talked about before, delisted games, things happening with servers that host this kind of stuff. At some point in the future, do you think these hosted files that you need to play the Spyro Remastered Trilogy on the Switch are going to exist forever? No, they will not. They will disappear. And for the casual person or maybe a collector in the future, somebody who wants to revisit this game, who knows, 10 years in the future, maybe less, 15 years, we don't know for sure. But there's a very likely possibility that the game won't be playable anymore. We've seen this happen before, and we've talked about this in another video. He states on here he had a couple edits. If anyone's wondering how I got the game, it's out of Indonesia. Game stores are just selling them. They don't care. Edit 5, I've tried deleting the save and update, but it still requires the update, even though I was in airplane mode. Now I'm pretty sure that either the Switch remembers the update happened or the game is just literally unplayable without the update. So there you go. Activision had to be cheap. It is what it is. Kind of not surprising. But there was a lot of question concerning that. Were they going to be doing a download for this game? And it seems like yes, unfortunately, that's going to be the case. It's the case with the Asian release, but it's a European cartridge. Pretty damn sure worldwide, that's the way it's going to be. So prepare yourselves. If you want it this way, you got to have the space. You got to have about almost 10 gigs of space to download. Next up, one thing that I was pretty excited to see, as this is a game I really love, but I also have multiple copies of this. My 360, my Xbox One. I already have Castle Crashers Remastered, and I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, just another game that's old as heck coming to the Switch. Yeah, but the more the merrier, and as long as they're quality titles, I don't care. You don't have to buy them, but I find it interesting. So Castle Crashers Remastered coming to the Switch September 17th. Obviously, it's going to be a digital download. Doesn't look like there's a physical version of this right now, but there's some updates to this. What are we getting? There's a little trailer if you want to check out the Behemoths trailer for this. A lot of coolness going on. If you're familiar with this game, you're not really going to see too much new going on. But it's also coming to PS4. They just don't have it ready yet. It's going through the finalization process of being approved, I guess. But here we go. Castle Crashers Remastered for the Switch will be available to purchase digitally on the eShop for $14.99 on the Switch. When the PS4 version game launches, you'll be able to pick it up on the PlayStation Store for the same price. What does the remastered part mean? Remastered means the game includes all the differences from the original. The fast-paced, frantic minigame, Back Off Barbarian that you can play by yourself or with your friends. Texture sizes are 5 times greater than the original game, but I always thought the original game was beautiful, so it's not like it really bothers me, playing it that way or the remastered version. 60 frames per second. The original ran at 30, which is not nearly as smooth. Again, I think it ran fine, but yeah, welcome additions for sure. All previously released downloadable content, including all the characters, weapons, animal orbs, will be available to unlock in the game. Various performance updates and improvements to gameplay and online multiplayer. What's so special about the Switch? What Switch features are we getting? The Switch features HD Rumble, Switch Online, up to 4-player local Joy-Con support. Get ready for that Joy-Con drift. The game's not going to be playable unless you got like some updated Joy-Cons or something. But hell, you could play this with a bunch of people with Joy-Cons. Why the hell's not? It's all the basic stuff. You could play online, you could play offline, on the big screen, in the palm of your hands. What? On the PS4, the light bars, which I find interesting, the light bar on your PS4 controller will ablaze with your character's affinity color, and you could play online or offline with friends for up to 4-player chaos. Pretty cool stuff. No cross-platform. Unfortunate. It is what it is. I don't really care, but there you go. Castle Crashers coming September 17th, $14.99. The other game I really wish they would bring to the Switch is Battle Block Theater. I only purchased this on PC, but I don't play a lot of PC games, so I definitely would love playing this on console. I see it's available on the Xbox One, but I rarely ever fire up the Xbox One. My kids are playing like Minecraft on it right now, but I would love to see Battle Block Theater come to the Switch as well. That was a fun game. I did play the heck out of it on the PC. Next up, Astral Chain. I've been seeing a lot of people talking about this. It's being review bombed on Metacritic. Seriously, there's a lot of people talking on here. This guy right here, Tio Ruggiero. Seriously, the user score is useless. People give scores to games they even own or play. I always ignore them and just check the media reviews. It's all subjective too. Media reviews, my review, you just got to find somebody you trust. You know what I mean? Or not necessarily that you trust. You got to trust them, but you got to find people who review things that have similar tastes to you. Like if somebody's reviewing Astral Chain, but they don't like that style of game, they prefer, let's say, sports games or fighting games or something, they don't like that style, their review might not be the best for you. It's neat to see other people's perspectives on things because sometimes somebody might not be into a genre, but they get hooked into it by playing some new game. And it's cool to hear that person's perspective on it. But sometimes, you'll see that people who just don't like that style of game, they just give it a crap review or just a review that it's not really deserving of. So when you're looking at reviews, really, I mean, you got to find some kind of resource if that's what you rely on. I always kind of get a sample size of everything. I go through and see what everybody's got to say about it and just kind of formulate my opinions from there. Really my opinion comes from when I actually play a game. But the interesting thing with this is the people who are review bombing this, it's kind of a controversy. Are they review bombing it because they wanted this game on a different platform and it's only on the Nintendo Switch? Some of the negative reviews, and right now I have already refreshed this screen multiple times, and those negatives keep going up. Earlier it was like 100-something reviews, then it jumped up to 200 reviews. Now it's at 450. I'm sure if I refresh it one more time, we're at 107 negative. Let's refresh, see if that's changed. It went down one. Okay, so it looks like one review got deleted since the last time since I refreshed this. But user reviews, the main reviews for the game, the Metascore from critics is 87. The user score is 7.6 right now. And that is because of these 106. It was 107 earlier. Negative reviews of a lot of people who are just giving it a 0 or a 1. If it was just the worst game ever and you played it, then hell, give it a 0 or a 1. But if you didn't play it and you're just salty that it didn't come to whatever console you have, come on now. Like seriously, you got nothing better to do? But here we go. This person, XYZ Trainer, overhyped graphics and art are horrible. Whenever it slows down in battle, it makes me feel like I'm having a stroke. Story is the biggest anime cliche ever. Music was all right, at least, and customization. Glad it was returnable. So nobody knows for sure. Did this guy actually buy it, or is he just talking out his ass? I don't know. I mean, maybe it was the most horrible game to him, and it was worthy of a 0 score for him. But who lets you return open games? I don't know. But some of these are going to be for sure just trolls that are just review bombing. Can't say for sure who, but some of them might be pretty obvious. Blazy here. This game is simply amazing. I'm left speechless. Don't listen to the haters from outside the Switch community. They're just jealous. So why would you give it a 0, right? Like, I mean, that makes 0 sense. Astral Chain, Puck P 1998. Astral Chain is the little engine that couldn't become Nier. It was a good try, though, maybe in a better platform with not that many limitations. But a lot of people definitely knocking the Switch here. Gave it a 1. Okay. This person, 30 frames per second, mediocre textures, a 0. Come on now. Another 30 frames per second action game. In honesty, there shouldn't be anything else to say, but I can go the extra mile in telling you why you should stay away from this game, or at the very least, dissuade you from paying full price. They decided to not let the game speak for itself and will flood you with cinematic shots and anime set pieces that distract from the actual gameplay. Could be some valid criticisms. Gave it a 3. I have not yet played this game, but I've been hearing a lot of good things. So handful of people having bad things to say. Is it review bombing? Is it legit? I think it's kind of a mix. Some people might have some legitimate criticisms here. Some people might just be talking crap. But like I said, really the lesson here is, who cares about these reviews? Who cares about stranger reviews? If you got friends who bought the game, you know, any game, doesn't have to be this, get what their opinions are on it. Find out for yourself. Find YouTube reviewers or actual media reviewers who have similar tastes to you and you feel like they haven't let you down in the past with their thoughts. You're not going to agree with everybody. You're not going to agree with every thought that somebody has. But if you're going to rely on review scores, find somebody that clicks with you. You know what I mean? That has a similar interest, and you know, somebody you could trust or you've not been let down by before. That's really it. Like I said, I don't really ever look at review scores. I usually just look at what people say about the game. Did they enjoy? A number means nothing to me. It's more of the experience. I like to hear what people have to say. I don't look at, okay, a 0. Well, why do you give it a 0 and there's no specifics? Did you give it a 10? You gave it a 10, but why? You know, that's why I don't care about the numbers. I care about the meat of your experience, if that's what I'm looking at to make a decision on something. So there you guys go. Just wanted to do this little video talking about a handful of news things that interest me. Like I said, hopefully interest you as well. With that said, I will catch y'all next time. Peace out. Bye-bye. And boom. Bye.